there are a lot of people who are saying that the stakes are really high, that the president has raised the bar by asking to speak before joint members of Congress. And the fact is, if he doesn't unveil something quite spectacular, this could backfire on him.
Well, this is, by the way, I thought, Guy, you were very gracious. That was very nice to say, hey, let's just wait and see what he has to say. I, too, would like to hear what he has to say. And, you know, as a Obama supporter, I, too, am a little bit skeptical of what substance we're going to get. And that's really, when you cut to the chase, the problem with his presidency is he has never managed expectations properly. So now the whole country, we're all sitting around waiting for this better be big, it better be big, because we're getting worse and worse and worse. I don't think that he can live up to those expectations, and that's his fault. He's been doing that ever since he's been in office.
But there are those who suggest that the strategy is that the president will be unveiling certain proposals, knowing that they won't get through this Congress, including asking for more stimulus money. And then the fact that it will be tied up in gridlock on Capitol Hill, he can point to the Republicans and say, ha, see, I tried to get it through, but these guys are the ones standing in the way. And that could be part of a strategy.
I think it sounds great, and everybody's theoretically, at least according to the speech, on board. I don't know if everybody's on board. I still say the Republicans need to get a real candidate to go against him, but I don't think there's any magic answers here. I think the country's in for some very hard years.
When you listen to him talking like that.
Yeah, I love him. He gives a great speech. He's inspiring. He makes me feel good. I'm sick of reading bad news, and this guy makes me feel good. But I also would like to vote for somebody who will actually make changes that will put this country back on a better track. And, you know, I really want it to be the guy that makes the great speeches, because he makes me feel good.
He does have a way of firing up individuals and firing up the base. I mean, because he is great on the campaign stuff. There's no question about that, Doc.
Yeah, but hoping and feeling isn't going to be enough.
Guy, sorry.
No, it's fine. No, I'm just mystified. You know, the hope and the feeling is what we did in 2008.
Yeah.
The concrete results have not played out the way that a lot of people hoped they would. And when you listen to that speech that was given in Detroit, that sounds an awful lot like the speeches that he gave ahead of the stimulus bill, where he talked repeatedly about shovel-ready projects being one of those silver bullets to help fix the economy. And then what did we see earlier this year? The president at a panel joking and chuckling that, oops, well, I guess those shovel-ready projects weren't quite so shovel-ready. I mean, that is just something that isn't acceptable. And for him to go and reheat these warmed-over retread policies, I just don't think it's going to even come close to what we need. And by the way, I think it's very telling that the president, I guarantee you, he's going to come in here on Thursday night here in Washington. He's going to tell Congress, we need to come together. We need to work together. That's the only way forward. But what he's choosing to do is go to Detroit and talk to his hardcore base labor unions, attacking Congress, implicitly Republicans, and, you know, and getting those people fired up. And we saw a clip just before the segment started of, at the top of the segment, from Jimmy Hoffa Jr. screaming about the Tea Parties and calling them sons of bitches, with everyone cheering wildly in the background. I mean, if that's the sort of unification and coming together to create jobs that this president is looking forward to, I think that he's in for a very rude awakening next November.
Very interesting. All right, I want to shift gears now and focus now a little bit on the Tea Party. The fact that we did get a little taste of that, the fact that, you know, Jimmy Hoffa was trying to get people fired up about, you know, pointing out who he perceives are the bad guys, the obstructionists, the Tea Party folks. The fact is, though, the GOP hopefuls in this arena are really doing their best to court that particular constituency. And now there is some infighting that's been going on within the Tea Party ranks between whether it's Perry, Mitt Romney, Michelle Bachmann. The fact that the Tea Party, one of the Tea Party groups was trying to boycott Mitt Romney's appearance this weekend in New Hampshire because they felt like he doesn't embrace the hardcore values that they believe are part of the base. There are those who say that he doesn't deserve it, but Mitt Romney is trying to stake out his position there. He's trying to show that he can appeal to Tea Party voters as well as people in the middle of the road area.
Well, I think that everybody who was there and wasn't there, Perry wasn't there yesterday, and it wasn't really, the format yesterday, it wasn't a debate.
Right.
You know, they weren't facing off against each other. So I think that had the opportunity to show themselves in the best light. But that's the thing. What's going on over there? Everybody's fighting with the Tea Party. Candidates are fighting amongst themselves, and of course, it's an election. This is what happens. I think in the end, the two real challengers will be either Perry or Romney. I've been saying that all along.
I interviewed Michelle Bachmann over the weekend, and,
I saw.
And I asked her, specifically if she was concerned about Perry surging in the polls when it comes to the Tea Party constituency. And she tries to downplay that.
Well, she does. By the way, I saw the interview. It was a great interview. She does that really well. She's very polished. She didn't bat an eyelash over that. I thought it was a great question, and she didn't really answer the question, but she didn't bat an eyelash in not answering it. She presents herself very well, but she's not going to stay in this for the long term.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
That's very interesting. Guy, what do you think?
Maybe in the second slot.
Guy?
Well, let me make a couple points here. First of all, with Michelle Bachmann, what other answer could she possibly give? She can't say, why, yes, we're completely panicked over Rick Perry. Candidates aren't allowed to do that.
I thought she was going to be a little bit more, at least, candid in terms of pointing out their differences between the two of them. I thought perhaps she was going to go that direction.
No, and I get that, Uma. I think part of being a candidate, and this is maybe part of the reason why I could never run for office, they are required to put on a brave face, even in the face of clear adversity and some bad news. And I think Rick Perry's entrance and catching fire into the race is bad news for Michelle Bachmann. And none other than Ed Rollins, her campaign director, pretty much said the same thing over the weekend, calling it a two-man race, agreeing with Eric that it's between Romney and Perry, excluding his own candidate, and now he's stepped away from the campaign for health reasons.
They cited stamina. He doesn't have the stamina to keep up with
that guy. Did you ever meet that guy? That guy's going to have stamina through 100.
Yeah,
the timing was a little bit suspect there.